If you like what you watch, then don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates on The More Show. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for new weekly television and radio shows.
Stylistics is a soul music vocal group and was one of the best-known Philadelphia soul groups of the 1970s. They've sung many famous hits such as Make Up to Break Up and You Make Me Feel Brand New. And today, 42 years on, they're still performing to fans and have just finished a UK tour. I met up with them in St David's Hotel in Cardiff. Well guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's an absolute privilege to have you here. So 42 years or more in the business. 44 years, yeah. I mean, how things have changed for you, haven't they?
Well, the one change that I think everybody noticed from the offset is that Russell Tompkins is no longer here as lead singer. Evan Brown is the new lead singer. Jason Sharp is on board now, and things are going great.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously you're here in the UK on your tour and everything, and the fan base is just as strong or stronger, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I would say yes, of course, from what I've seen so far in the years that they've been doing, it's been definitely a...
Because Jason, you're new to the group, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
So, I mean, how has the audience took you on? I mean, how has the sort of participation been?
From my perception, it's been pretty well, and I've been having a lot of fun. I just kind of follow the leaders and just kind of, fall in line, like Unheard and Herb and Evan. I just look at those guys, and if they going right, I'm going right.
So what's it like, obviously, the UK audience compared to the US audience? I mean, how do you find it?
Well, in that regard, UK, any overseas audience is we're greater to them, than our own. I mean, our people like us.
Yeah, of course.
But we're like, if you was the man back in the day, over here you still a man. Even if
you were appreciated more.
Yeah. I mean, don't you find that to be quite strange sometimes? I mean,
no. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. What it is, the UK and some places overseas has always been. So when you come here on tour, you're touring as part of the Stylistics.
Yeah.
When we're working in the States, we may do a show and be part of a show, and it may be 4 or 5 other groups on the show. So they may be some people in the audience that's coming to see the Stylistics and some that come to see other groups. But when we come on tour here, we know every butt in that seat.
So it's like a family, isn't it? I mean, it's a family between you all. It's definitely that reaction on stage, that connection, isn't there?
Oh, sure.
Plus, I think also what adds to that is the hit list as far as songs go. The list is longer here in the UK and other parts of the world.
Why do you think that is then?
Because it's different songs that became hits over here that didn't make it in the States.
Yeah.
Songs like I Can't Give You Anything But My Love became #1 here. It was played in the States, but only in the discos when discos was happening then. But here, it's like an everyday song, starring a TV show, 16 bars.
And Japan as well. You're off to Japan after this tour.
Right.
I mean, what's the audience like over there?
They're pretty excited as well when we come out. It's almost like, wow, we're home. It's like...
Yeah.
A lot of them, for the most part, they don't speak English like we do.
Yeah.
But they know the song in English the way we.
That's incredible, isn't it?
That's very amazing.
That's dedication for you.
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah.
All these years, man.
Yeah. And I mean, with yourselves, all the touring that you do you find it difficult to sort of keep that family connection there back at home as well?
Well, most of our families have grown with us, so. Well, her's been married almost as long as the group has been together. So his wife and his kids and everyone has grown with this. So they've become used to it through the years.
Because you're touring so much, aren't you? I mean, you're always on the road. I mean, what's that like?
Well, it's pretty exciting sometimes. You got to pay the bills.
At
the end of the day, that's what everybody looks at. It's like an everyday job. We're having fun doing it.
But don't you feel yourself, you're giving back to so many people? I mean, there must have been audience members that would have come up before in the past and said, you know what, one of your songs, this made such a difference in my life. What's that like?
It's a touching feeling to know that something that you do through song and dance on stage can affect somebody somebody's life. You know what I mean? Somebody can come to the show feeling bad about maybe something happening in their life that just turned them around, but after coming to the show and singing along with the group and jumping up, clapping, having fun, and walk out the door feeling good about themselves.
And some of our songs may take that person right back to those
time.
bad times.
Yeah. And for me,
different emotions and stuff.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
And for me, that means more than money. When you do something, see, we do this every day, so it's like when somebody come up to us and tell us how we made them feel. I mean, we hear it, but we really don't realize how
do
we
you
touch somebody's
feel it
life.
though? Can you feel it?
Oh, I can
Yeah.
definitely feel it.
Yeah.
Definitely feel it. Definitely
That
feel
was
it.
like last night, the little boy that came up the stage and was singing, I was holding his
He
hand.
sure enough.
And all of a sudden I felt this little, little
Right.
But
you know what I
that's
mean?
when you know you've given back. I mean, you can't.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's priceless, isn't it?
Oh,
When
you
you,
can't- you
you
can't
know,
buy that
the
with all
difference
money.
you can make in people's lives.
We did South Africa a couple years ago, a jazz festival, and we also got a chance to do a show in one of the townships. And we had to, time was tight, so we had to go directly to the airport right after the show. So the car was taking us out, and this young lady came over to the car, and we rolled down the window and shook her hand, and she just started just crying. And like, we looking at each other, and she said, "You don't realize how much you have touched my life." It's not until we hear that from someone that we realize it ourselves.
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
it's not that we
Yeah.
take things for granted, but
No.
it's just that,
No.
you know, when someone tells you that and you can see the sincerity
Absolutely.
in their eyes, that's when,
And
when it
especially,
hits you.
right, especially when, after what Aaron said, especially when they see us, because normally when you see an artist or artist group, you see about 20 bodyguards around them. We didn't have that.
No, why is that? I mean, it's just not
Well,
been.
we done-
Yeah, we've got love here. Yeah, exactly.
we have been blessed to be able to go out and hang with people. You know what I mean?
It's the kind of music you do, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the soul music, that whole era, people are still in love with it. You know,
Yeah.
today, aren't they?
And I think it's how you carry yourself too.
That's true.
If you carry yourself in a protective state where you got people protecting you from the public, then the public tends to be a little bit more rowdy. Now we've had people chase us down the street in the day. There they go. And we,
Like the Jackson 5. Jackson 5, yeah.
you know,
Right.
but never really had any bodyguards or anything like that. That was never necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, so you guys have. I mean, it changes you, doesn't it? What you do to give so much back. Do you think you're giving to yourself as well when you do that?
Well, the reward comes in when you look out there and see folks having a good time and enjoying themselves.
Exactly.
And then, like Aaron just got through saying, when those accolades come, then you realize that the purpose that you doing what you do, at the end of the day, you know, it's worthwhile.
And you know what? We're making a musical statement in history that's going to be here after we're long
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
You know, and that in itself, that does the spirit real good.
It does. I mean, you all sound, from I might be wrong here, but very religious in a sense. Some of you very spiritual.
Spiritual.
Yeah,
That's
spiritual.
It's
Yeah.
nothing to do with it.
Do you think that you know? Were you spiritual before this, or is this sort of coming more now?
Well, yes.
You know what? Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
With this, still been able to do this after 44 years, you know, that's coming from somewhere. You know, that's blessings that's being, you know, granted to us, and we don't take anything for granted. You know, tomorrow, Herb and I are the two oldest guys in the group, and tomorrow, anything can happen that can just change your life
In a
just like
second,
that.
yeah.
So you have to be appreciative of what you got, what you're doing. You know, and it's scary. You know, I'm thinking, I'm 62.
So it's changed you in ways that you can't explain. Well, you can explain, but it's on an individual journey, isn't it?
exactly.
Well, once you realize that all things happen through the man upstairs, you know what I mean? And that's the guideline. As long as you believe in that and follow that, then it takes
So you're in connection with that energy, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
And that's where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We say a prayer
We
every
believe
time
that.
we go on stage.
Yeah, we believe we don't do this on our own. You know,
No.
it's come from God.
No.
Definitely.
I always say live to love and love to live.
And you do give a lot of love out, don't you?
Try.
Oh, you do. Well, your last name's Love, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you know that.
every day.
No, that's just, it's incredible, you guys, that you've got that the ethos there, and I think that's a very beautiful thing as well. I think you need that, don't you?
Oh, you have to have it.
Because you can
Yeah.
soon lose it, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
You know, ego can soon creep up with what you guys do.
Oh, absolutely. That's your
Well,
worst
I
enemy
think,
in this business.
yeah, I think one can lose it if they start thinking that they wake up on their own in the morning. See, an alarm clock don't wake you up in the morning.
Right.
Because it can go off and you can still be laying there, you know what I mean? So that don't do it, you
That's
know?
funny.
So like Aaron said, it comes from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Use the old adage, there's no I in team.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
E-A-M,
Yeah.
and this is what we are.
Yeah.
I love the guys dearly.
Absolutely, and again, you feel that love back from the audience, can't you? They can feel it from you. 'Cause you
Yeah.
so yeah, it's your truth, it's everything for you, isn't it? What you do right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
And do you think do you think sometimes that maybe, this was destined for you?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because I mean, we come together as a complete package, but we're not the greatest singers in the world. We.
I've heard you. You're pretty good.
We're able to produce what's pleasing to someone's ear, but I think there are a lot of great singers out there that are better singers than us. We're just lucky enough to have been given great material. We have the voices that can put over the songs, so that in itself is like, another blessing.
Yeah.
So you got to be humble, I think.
Yeah.
And I think adding to that, our audiences realize that when they come to see our shows, that when they put on that record and come to see the show, they're hearing that sound, exactly what's on those records. So we're not just up there, we got a hit record, let's just go do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you gotta have that caring
going
about
on
what you
tour
do.
for you is like being at home, isn't it? In a sense.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
very much so.
And you've got a long tour ahead of you, like we said at the beginning of the interview.
Yeah.
So, what one key message would you like to give back to your fans over the years that they've been with you?
I would like to say thank you for all the support that you've given us over the years. Thank you for still caring about what we do, and God bless you and your family for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to say just tap on what Herb was saying. Just thank you for just being there. I think if it wasn't for our fan base, we couldn't come on tour. To not have had a charted record in
Umpteen years.
and can still go on tour in the UK.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's our fan base, and we like to thank them. Yeah.
I would like to say there is no Arian Love, there is no Herb Burrell, there's no Eban Brown, there's no Jason Sharp. Without you, there's no Stylistics without you. So, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
I'd just like to say the same pretty much as Aaron Herbert E-Man summed it up. Thank you. And just continue to live to love and love to live, and you'll be fine.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
For more information on any of my guests on today's show, visit my website, themoreshow.co.uk. Now, don't forget you can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter to get the latest updates on the shows. So until next time, thanks for watching.
Visit themoreshow.co.uk/shop to purchase products and services from your favourite past guests. If you're new to this site, you can also catch up on the previous television and radio shows through YouTube and the More Show website.